Ever since I can remember, I have always wanted to be a mom. I'm sure I had major influence from my mother and the positive attitude she always portrayed while being around us kids. Now, being a mom, I feel as if a curtain was drawn and I see motherhood in a completely different light. I see the strength, devotion, humility, and love that goes into mothering 24/7. It has given me a greater appreciation for my own mother, along with all the other women that I see around me. I am excited to share all about Grow Wild and what to expect in upcoming episodes. This has been such a wonderful opportunity to learn and grow from all types of mothers and all the many aspects of motherhood. Let's grow wild. Welcome to Grow Wild. I'm your host, Kaylee, and I'm excited to spotlight moms in all phases of life and build community in our own experiences. Let's grow together in this wild journey of motherhood. Thank you so much for joining and listening in. I am thrilled to be launching this podcast as it has been something I've thought about for a really long time. I am seriously so excited to be interviewing different mothers each week and getting their unique perspective on what it means to be a mom. But you'll have to be okay with this first one. It's just going to be me. I am so excited to be sharing what's to come with Grow Wild. But if you do want to hear more from me, I'll be sharing my thoughts on my blog about being a mom on the Grow Wild website. With that, I wanted to start off rewinding the clock. Last year, my husband and I welcomed our baby boy into the world. I honestly think at times I am shocked at how much joy and laughter we have gotten from him. I know everyone tells you that you're going to experience this new love, but I seriously was not prepared for it at all. But I could go on and on about him forever, but I'm going to focus back to the topic of mums. Last year is when my perspective on mothers truly changed and when I changed as a woman. So, with that, Grow Wild was born. I wanted to create a motto that my son would hear it and think that he had the space to adventure and explore the world that we live in. It's been really interesting because as I've transitioned to being a mom, I've realized that honestly, it means more to me. It's funny to think about becoming a parent has been around since the beginning of time, but nothing really prepares you for when you become a parent yourself. As a mother, you're thrown into this beautifully wild journey of raising a human. I think back to when my son was born, and I felt like 1 second he was inside me, and then the next, obviously, after some time, he was here and they just like threw him on me. And I was thinking, aren't you going to take him? Like, I just need a second. And they're like, no, mom, like, this is all you. And I remember thinking, like, okay, here we go. But I'm really grateful for that experience because it's taught me that it's a wild ride and you just need to hop on and go for it. So, in the end, I think that we are growing wild in motherhood and discovering a whole new world that we've created. With that, lately the words change and perception have been going through my brain a lot. So, when I was thinking of this new world that we're living here, there are things that I had not prepared for. Before kids, I had this vision the vision of the mother I wanted to be, and honestly, the mother that I did not want to be. And I'd be lying too if I wasn't being judgmental and thinking of the ways I wanted to be. But it's funny how things change, and I'm sure they will continue to evolve because my son is just 1 year old and I've got plenty of time to change still. I do need to say, though, that I am so grateful for how many strong women are around me that embody what it means to be a mom. I have learned so much from them and their families, and they have been amazing examples to my husband and I on how to raise a child. Sometimes I think of it as a research project, and maybe that's because my husband is still in school, but you have your hypothesis of what you think the outcome of the project will be. But when you actually get into the thick of your research, you realize the outcomes are going to be completely different than what you expected. Now, having a child of my own, I have some new findings I wasn't expecting. For me, and I would guess for every mom, one of their goals is to be the best mom for their child or children. I had a mother that time and time again sacrificed herself for her children. She was always there for us at any time, any call, any last minute project, nightmare, or drives to the end of the earth to make sure we could call on her at any time. I am forever grateful for my mother and all that she does for me and continues to be. Now, I would be lying if before having Owet, I was nervous that I would never live up to the mother she would be. Now I'm realizing I am never going to be the mom that she is. And I mean that in the most positive way. She was the best mom for me and my brothers and sisters. And I'm not raising myself or my siblings. I'm raising my son with my husband. I think it's honestly been a really healthy realization. I would put this pressure on myself to be like this mom or my mom. And now I'm realizing it's about appreciating what other moms are doing so I can take what they're doing and learn from that. I feel like I'm gaining a new level of respect for other women. I'm also realizing what is important to me may not be important to someone else, and that's totally all right. My physical health is really important to me. It's how I show self care, and honestly, how I get time alone. It's also how I prepare for other things I want to do personally and as a family. That is a personal passion of mine. I know that plenty of other women have different priorities and needs, and I really value that. Another aspect for me that I used to think is that a part of you dies when you have kids, but that's totally wrong. A new part of you is born. You wake up with this side of endless motivation to be better. I want to be the best version of myself, not only for my kids, but for me. When they see me accomplishing my dreams, I hope it inspires them to pursue their own. But I would be lying if at times I lack motivation or energy, and that's when I fall back on the goals I've set, or I look to other women for inspiration. Or at times, my body just needs to take a break and I have a nap because that's what I need. So, with that, one of my dreams is Grow Wild. Before I fully dive in, I need to preface that the outdoors and my love for nature is a key element about myself. I am a happier person outside, and I think anyone who knows me can attest to that. It's a foundational piece in my marriage and how I hope to continue to mother. It also brings so many parallels into my life and really helps me feel grounded. Mothers have been mothering since the beginning of time. And as I've said before, it's not a new concept. However, it's completely unique for every single mom. It's a wild process. You're thrown in, and I truly believe nothing fully prepares you. But that beauty in that wild is remarkable and breathtaking. The lessons learned, the tears, the laughs that are shared help build and strengthen our roots to grow. It's outstanding. So when I think of Grow Wild, I think of the nature and the beauty and the strength that it continues to produce, breathtaking parts of the world. But isn't that like what we're doing as moms? With Grow Wild, my goal is that we can come together, each person listening, to better understand our little piece of our wild, to look at each other with kinder eyes, to find ourselves in this process of being a mom, to finding insights we weren't expecting, and maybe we grow in that process. My hope is to share as many stories of moms doing their best around the world. Now, that seems like a big task, and I am nervous to share their precious motherhood journeys, but I'm also really excited to share them. I hope that we are able to listen and take these experiences in with less judgment and more listening. Because I will be the first to admit I know I'm not perfect. And I'm sure there will be things that we won't agree on, but isn't that the beauty of being different? Is that we get to live our life how we want. I am so excited to share these new perspectives with all of you and to continue to grow. Thank you to everyone who has made it here for my very first episode. I am so excited to be sharing this journey with you. Each week, I plan to have a different mom on to share their motherhood experiences, all of which have such different paths. Some are new moms, while others are veteran mamas. Some work, others stay at home. Others are battling with personal trials, and some share how they're trying to find themselves, and so much more. Each story is unique, and my hope is to spotlight each mom in a positive way. My goal is that someone listening is given strength by what they hear and know that they are not alone. Once again, thank you so much for being here, and I can't wait to grow with you in this wild journey of motherhood. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.